Do you think C.J. Stroud's mistakes are the biggest reason the Patriots are now moving on?
Yes, but you have to understand, when you're evaluating a certain player, it's hard to evaluate what you just didn't have. You are already working at an uphill, battle with a sprained ankle and your knee brace scrubbing, and it's raining and drizzling on the slippery slope. It's just tough. When you have Nico Collins that's out, when you're very limited to, the playmakers that's around you, C.J. Stroud is still a young player that needs help. He had a lot of help from his defense, and even with the turnovers, he still had opportunities to win this football game. These are times or defining moments in careers that you have to say to yourself, going into the offseason, hey, I have to be better here. Now, understand that I have to be better. D'Amico Ryans and that whole organization also has to get talent equipped enough for him to be better, to not necessarily want to do more, but to have the help to do more.
Patriots had 5 takeaways in this game. What do you think? Biggest reason they're moving on? Is it CJ?
Yeah, it is. Wonderful kid. Tremendous talent. I don't know what the hell has happened to him. It's shocking to see what has happened to him. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I believe in the kid. I don't believe for 1 second that the Texans should give up on him or anything like that. I think that such a conversation is ludicrous, but only with this caveat, if CJ believes. Because as awful as the stats were yesterday, I'm going to lean on what Damian Woody said on Get Up earlier this morning when he said he looked defeated early on. He didn't look like himself. He exuded no confidence whatsoever, and I think that that's the thing to be concerned about. Now, I understand that if you played the game like these two cats have, you know exponentially more than people who haven't. But it's important to recognize that some things are just incredibly obvious. You can say 1 + 1 = 2. When you look at the Texans defense, there isn't an offense alive that shouldn't have more confidence in themselves if that's the defense that I got playing with the same uniform. That defense is elite in Houston. And you know they're going to give you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. We're looking at C.J. Stroud. 5 interceptions and 5 fumbles, 2 lost in these playoffs in just 2 games. Just 2 games. That's 7 turnovers. 4 interceptions in the first half, 43% completions, a career high 4 interceptions in the first half, 3 sacks, a career worst 28 passer rating. I mean, my God, across the board, it was awful. And you just look at it and you're like, what the hell is going on? What's wrong? What is wrong? Because you know he's much better than that. That makes no sense. And for him, yesterday, it just hurt me, RC, and I texted RC during the game. Yeah. I was like, it hurt because it was like, damn, he looks defeated. You looking at him, and y'all know this. Come on, y'all watch. You on the other side of the ball. You like, look at him. We got him. We got him. You could see that.
C.J. Stroud is not only the reason the Pats won. C.J. Stroud is his play yesterday is the reason that the Houston Texans defense won't get to go on a historic run to the Super Bowl because they're that good. Right. This was supposed to be 2000 Baltimore Ravens. This was supposed to be 2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This was supposed to be 2013 Seattle Seahawks. C.J. Stroud's interceptions in the first half, 3 of them are egregious. 3 of them are unacceptable. They're things you can't do. We also have to remember you're without Dalton Schultz. You're without Nico Collins. You're without Trent Brown. You're without a running game. So you got to say to yourself, if you're C.J. Stroud, what can I not do? That's turn the football over. I can't be careless with the football. I can't throw an interception that ends up in 6 points directly for Marcus Jones. And all of those things he did, he has to check himself. He has to walk into this offseason and remember, I'm the quarterback that's gotten my team to the playoffs 3 years in a row. I'm the quarterback that's won a playoff game the first 3 years of my career. And the same conversations we're having about C.J. Stroud this week, we should have been having about Justin Herbert last week, who faced this same defense for the New England Patriots, who should be getting talked about much higher and much more than we are because they're the 4th best defense in all of football. This is a self-check for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans. That's not a conversation we need to have. Right. But it's how do we value you? do we value you as one of these guys that gets these contracts that sets the market, or are we trying to bargain you to get you in the building for a price that we feel like work for us so we can keep this defense that we feel is the best in the world? That's what yesterday was about, and he needs to be better.
Well, the thing that when you observe the New England Patriots, the first thing that is glaringly obvious is Drake May is playing good football. Yeah. Up until this point to the playoffs, right? Now, when you get into the playoffs, then you ask yourself, how and why are they winning? They're not winning because of the offense. Let's just be abundantly clear. They're winning because of their defense. Their defense has led all teams in the playoffs with turnovers, with fumble recoveries, and just takeaways all inclusive. So for me, when you start to see, okay, it was the Chargers. Okay, it was the Texans. Now with this matchup coming up this week, it's going to say, okay, does this particular team in Denver, obviously led not by their starting quarterback,
Jared Stidham.
It's given a very, very, you know what I'm saying, resort type, you know, way to the Super Bowl.
But Cam,
but they're still playing. They're still playing at a high level. But I have to mention, it's like, yo, bro, Justin Herbert.
Cam, it don't matter who you play. Like this defense right now for the New England Patriots is playing at the highest level of any outside of Seattle.
They are.
When you play against Justin Herbert, who is a transcendent talent, he has athletic traits that you have.
For sure.
And you shut him down in the way that you do. You put pressure on him. Milton Williams takes over the game. And now you play against C.J. Stroud, and you know the margin of error is slim because of how good the Houston Texans defense is. And you get an opportunity next week to play against a Jarrett Stidham-led Denver Broncos. This is the New England Patriots doing exactly what you're supposed to do when you play people that don't show up like you.
You're right. In terms of New England, they deserve all the props in the world. That defense is showing up, no doubt about it. But offensively, what do? 13 first downs, 3 for 14 on third downs, averaging 3.9 yards per play. There was nothing to write home about. That doesn't mean they can't be had. If you get serviceable quarterback play, you can beat New England. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to the Super Bowl. But, my God, I mean, between Herbert and Stroud, again, I believe in the brother. But it's just that you got to look in the mirror, man, and you got to find your confidence again because he looked defeated.
The Seahawks will host the Rams in the NFC Championship, their third playoff matchup against each other all time. These two teams split the season series this season. Seattle opened as early 2.5-point favorites, as according to DraftKings Sportsbook. Okay, so Seattle early 2.5-point favorites. What chance do we give the Rams now against Seattle?
I'm giving it 50-50. I want to state that for the record. I've been on the Rams bandwagon for the second half of this season. I believe in Matthew Stafford. I believe in Puka Nacua. I believe in Devontae Adams. I believe in Kyron Woods. I believe in the crew, okay? And defensively, they can get to the quarterback. Now, I know that Seattle, their defense is elite. Sam Darnold, let's stand down and give the brother credit. I'm going to give him some love. You know what I'm saying? He showed up in the playoffs. Didn't look bad at all. But those weren't the Rams he was playing against. We all know what his kryptonite has been. It has been when he goes against the Rams, okay? I think he had about 6 turnovers. Was it 6 turnovers in 2 games, if I remember correctly? I mean, that can't happen next weekend. That can't happen. Now, is Sam Darnold going to show up and play the way he's capable of playing against the Los Angeles Rams with Matthew Stafford on the other side of the ball? I got to see it to believe it. I'm giving the Rams a 50-50 shot. And by the way, as an aside, we're talking about that great play Caleb Williams made, and it was great. It was phenomenal, scrambling from the 14 to the 40-yard line before he threw the touchdown pass. Nobody has asked this question. How the hell was Cornette that open? How? I understand it was a great play by Caleb Williams. How was he
from Durant?
You really?
He disengaged.
Did you see how many feet he was away from that defender? I mean, come on, man. Come on now. But that's all I'm saying.
Last time these two teams played, it was probably the most competitive game of the NFL season. That Thursday night game where Charbonnet kind of looks down and says, oh, look, a pot of gold at my feet. 2-point conversion converted. Let's go. The Rams put up 581 yards of offense in Seattle that game. It's the most any team has put up yards-wise the entire season over any opponent. First team in NFL history to lose after scoring 500 yards and having a 3+ turnover margin. McVay yesterday in his press conference, I thought, was incredible after the game. He said that those guys saved me. I didn't call my best game.
Yeah, he didn't.
I was out of my mind. I did not call the best game, and the defense saved us, and then Devontae saved us. Stafford, Mevis, the kicker, they figured it out. Sean McVay doesn't have 2 bad games in a row. So do the Rams have a chance? Yes. We've got to make picks this week. I might take the Rams, and that's nothing against the Seahawks, who are dominant against the 49ers and are traditionally dominant in the playoffs at home. But look at what the Rams are doing on the road here. It seems like they're a team on a mission, and they are not scared of the Seattle Seahawks. They beat them once, and in their heads, they should have beat them twice.
The Rams are the underdog, and they should be. And if the Rams play like they've played since the second half of the second Seahawks matchup, the Rams will be home this week. Matthew Stafford hasn't been the MVP caliber player he was early on in this season. The back end of this defense hasn't played at as high as a level as we saw them at points this season. And the front four hasn't wrecked games the way we saw it early on in this season. And with saying all that, the best games we've seen them play this year offensively, for sure, are against the Seattle Seahawks. The way they ran the football early on with Kyren Williams, then made the adjustment to go to the pass in game 1. Also defensively turning over Sam Darnold 4 times. This game is going to be highly competitive. And to me, when this game gets highly competitive, do you believe in Matthew Stafford more than you believe in Sam Darnold? That's going to be the question. This won't be a blowout. You're not playing a depleted San Francisco 49ers team. Brock Purdy isn't going to have to run around. Matthew Stafford isn't going to have to do that. It's going to be about timing. It's going to be about running the ball. And when pressure is on Sam Darnold, can he make the right decisions? Kenneth Walker III has to play a large role for Seattle, as he has been. If he doesn't get off, this game's going to get tight.
Are we tripping? Are we watching the same game? Are we critiquing the same type of teams? Because the last time we seen, and the last time that we seen, the Los Angeles Rams play a Sam Darnold-led team. Choke.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
I wasn't in. I was like, does he need
I didn't know if he was coughing the ball up. I didn't know if he was
it was a lot of coughing.
I didn't know if you was all right.
That's cool. Coughing the ball up and turnovers. 7 of them. Sam Darnold when playing the Los Angeles Rams. Now, when you start to think, yes, is Matthew Stafford playing at an EVP caliber level? I would say so. I seen that firsthand in Carolina. Did you see the situation in Chicago? He has been what he needed to be for his team to at least have a chance and ultimately win it. When you think about the nemesis or the thorn in the side for Sam Darnold, it has been nobody else but the Los Angeles Rams. So why not give them the edge over this game? This team is bumping at a high level. They might as well call themselves road warriors because of what they've been able to do on the road this year. They've been the team that has went in your trap and took over your trap. Are you okay, Mr. Ratterry? Because
Cam Newton, the first game they played a team with a losing record.
It's
gave up
okay.
31 points.
Find a way to win, brother. That's what it's all about. They advance.
One thing I want to say. Sam Darnold, against every other team in the National Football League over the last 2 seasons, 28-4 with a 103 passer rating. Against the Los Angeles Rams, 1-3.
Come on, bro.
78 passer rating. I'm just saying. These two teams split the regular season with the Rams scoring 58 points, the Seahawks scoring 57. We know it'll be a close game here in the NFC Championship game.